Cricket Star's Promise, written by Aaron Hunter. Chapter 1. Stormkit edged farther along the slippery branch. Volkit's stare rang in his ears. Bet you fall off before you get to the end. He unsheathed his claws and dug them into the frozen bark. From here, he could see a long way downstream, as far as the bend in the river. He could just glimpse the first of the stepping stones beyond, and on the far shore, Sunning Rocks. Its sheer side shadowed the water, and its wide, smooth stone summit sparkled with frost. Stormkit fluffed out his fur. He'd seen farther than any other kit in the clan. They'd never even seen past the reed bed. "Be careful," Okit called from the camp clearing. "Shut up, Okit. I'm a warrior." Stormkit looked down past the fat mouse-brown bulrush heads into the dense forest of reeds that jutted out of the icy river. Minnows flitted between the stems, their scales flashing. Could he reach down with a paw, break the thin ice, and scoop them out? He pressed his pale brown belly to the bark, wrapped his hind legs around the narrow branch, and swung his forepaws down toward the tiny fish. Tingling with frustration, he felt his claws brush the tips of the bulrushes. "I was born in a storm. I'm going to be a clan leader someday." Stormkit stretched harder, trembling with the effort. "What are you doing?" Okit yelped. "Let him be." Stormkit heard Rainflower silencing Okit, a purr rumbling in her throat. "Your brother has the courage of a warrior already." Stormkit clung tighter to the branch. "I'll be fine. I'm stronger than StarClan." "Look out!" Okit squeaked. A rush of wind tugged Stormkit's fur. A flurry of black and white feathers blatted his ears. "Magpie!" Talons scraped his spine. Frog dirt and fish guts. Stormkit's claws were wrenched out of the bark. He plummeted into the reeds and clashed through the thin ice. The freezing water shocked the beneath from him. Minnows darted away as he thrashed in the water. "Where's the shore?" River water flooded his mouth. It tasted of stone and weeds. Spluttering, he struggled to swim, but the stiff reeds blocked his flaring paws. "StarClan, help me!" Panic shot through him as he fought to keep his muzzle above water. Suddenly the stems beside him swished apart and Tangle Whisker plunged through. "I'm okay," Stormkit spluttered. Water rushed into his mouth again as he sank, coughing beneath the ice. Teeth gripped his scruff. "Kits!" Stormkit heard Tangle Whisker's muffled growl as the elder hauled him up. Shivering with cold, Stormkit bunched his paws against his belly, wincing with embarrassment as Tangle Whisker pushed his way through the reeds and deposited Stormkit on the bank next to his mother. "Nice dive, Stormkit," Volkit teased. "Like a kingfisher," Beetlekit added. "Maybe Hailstar should change your name to Birdbrain." Stormkit growled at the two kits as they crowded around him. 1 moon older, they loomed over him like crows. Echo Mist paced obnoxiously behind them, her soft gray fur fluffed with worry. "Don't tease, you two." Petalkit pushed past her brothers. "I wasn't teasing." The pretty tortoiseshell she-cat stuck her nose in the air. "I think he was brave to try." Purring Rainflower licked Stormkit's ears. "Next time, grip to the branch harder. Stormkit shook her off. Don't worry, I will. As Tangle Whisker shook the water from his long tabby pelt, Birdsong hurried down the slope from the elder's den. You'll catch a cold, she scolded. Tangle Whisker blinked at the tabby and white mate. Did you want me to let him drown? One of the warriors could have rescued him, Birdsong retorted. Tangle Whisker shrugged. They're busy. Rainflower purred. I think Stormkit would have found his way out. He's a stronger little cat, aren't you? Stormkit felt his fur grow with the warmth of his mother's praise. He blinked water out of his eyes and looked around the clearing. This was the home of RiverClan, the greatest clan of all. He hadn't seen it before the flood, so the smooth brown mud that covered the ground and the heaps of splattered wet reeds that cluttered every corner were more familiar to him than the densely woven walls and open spaces that were emerging. Timber Fir and Cheddar Pelt were carrying bundles of freshly picked dry reeds across the clearing to Soft Paw and White Paw, who were weaving them into the until the apprentice's den. Farther along the river's edge, Shellheart and Ottersplash were gathering more stems. Yellowtail was helping Brambleberry clear the last of the mud debris from the medicine den. Owlfur and Lakeshine were dragging dead wood and bark that had been washed through the reeds into the clearing. A whole moon had passed since the stormy night when Stormkit and Oakkit had been born, but the camp still showed signs of being swept away. Fortunately, the elder's den had held firm and only needed a little here and there. In the nursery, a ball of tightly overlapping willow branches and reeds had been found downstream. Wedged between the stepping stones, it had been easy enough to drag it back into camp and lodge it among the thick sedge bushes. A few patches had repaired it, though it was still damp inside from the soaking. Rainflower tucked fresh moss into their nest every evening, but Stormkit still woke each morning with a cold, wet pelt. The rest of the camp was harder to fix. If it had taken a half-moon's digging and levering to roll the fallen tree to the edge of the clearing, where the old warrior's den had stood. Once the broken branches and shattered bark had been cleared away, new dens could be woven against its thick trunk. Until then, RiverClan warriors slept in whatever shelter they could find, making nests in the thick sedge walls around the camp or in the nooks and crevices of the fallen tree. No cat could remember what it was like to be warm. New leaf might be showing in early buds and bird song, but Leaf Bear Frost still gripped the banks of the river every night. Hailstar had been sleeping in the open. Despite the cold, he insisted that his den be the last one rebuilt.